Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's I Quit My Band. My name is Nate.
I'm JJ. I fucked me up. I'm used to the...
I'm JJ.
I'm Evan.
As you can see, JJ is not here. We had to hang up his jersey in
Put
his
it in
seat
the rafters,
tonight.
dude.
Pour one out for him.
He retired.
He retired. He didn't. He's I can't remember what he's doing tonight.
I think he's going to a concert tonight.
He's going to a concert. Then I think he's going to be on tour.
Yeah.
So we might be JJ list for a little bit.
It might be just the Two Cool Guys
The
podcast.
Two Cool Guys podcast. We should change the name just for a period of time, you know?
Yeah, that'll help our SEO. Good.
Yeah, if we
right as
change
we've
the
built
name,
up some
yeah.
following.
Yeah.
We're now called Two Cool Guys.
We're going to change the name just for like 3 episodes. Might be something fun.
Yeah.
Tonight, before we get into it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Comment down below. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and funny skits. We're in that funny skit realm, and you know things are going great. You're gonna want to follow our skits on Instagram and TikTok. They're fun, and we're probably just gonna turn into an improv troupe.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
We're going to be part of the Groundlings.
The Groundlings, yeah.
I'm just waiting for the IQMB documentary thing. And then we found out what we really wanted to do was dress as a banana as an adult.
And then JJ got SNL, and that was a horrible moment.
That was terrible. That's when
all of us.
we did change the podcast to Two Cool Guys.
Two Cool Guys just didn't work.
It didn't have quite the same ring to it as I Quit My Band.
And Evan started drinking again. Nate was really drinking. It was really bad.
If I lose my sobriety to this podcast, oh my
That'd be
God.
terrible, dude. I mean, if I just pick up drinking more, I'll be upset because I'm trying to do
The only
that.
way I wouldn't be upset is if we were in it together.
Yeah, if we were both like just off the
Yeah,
wagon,
dude.
like,
and
just
then we
real
could watch
bad.
SNL and JJ's on,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
JJ's
that
on. I'm like, that
fucking
dick.
it could have been me.
Yeah, that's really what it is. We're not just like, he left us, you know? We're just like, just purely jealous. you know?
It should have been
It should have
me.
been me.
And then when I hear you go, yeah, me too, I'm like, nah, not
Nah,
you, just
it
me.
was me. Should have been only me. Anyways, yeah, look out for Two Cool Guys coming in a decade or so. But tonight we're going to be reviewing an album that came out just recently. The debut album from the band Die Spitz called Something to Consume just came out on Third Man Records like a week ago, right?
Yeah, Friday.
I don't know much about Die Spitz other than when we went to Austin and went to the Mohawk, they opened up for Rickshaw Billy's Burger Patrol at their own like festival. And it was fucking awesome. And I had not heard of them before that, but everyone there like was from Austin, and they were so pumped about Die Spitz and Rickshaw Billy. And then Die Spitz came out, and like, I mean, there was not a better opener that could have been for that band because they were like climbing on the fucking railings, on the rafters. It was like an insane show.
It was one of the sickest shows
it was
I've ever
very
seen.
cool.
And like months after that, I was at a wedding, and I met this couple from Austin, and I was like, "Oh, I was just down there for a bachelor party," and they both looked at each other like I was an animal. They're like, "Oh, you were there for a bachelor party?
You visited the comedy mothership?
Yeah. You rode a mechanical bull
Yeah.
into a Kiltony. Like that's just what they imagine guys on their bachelor party
You
doing."
kissed the ground outside of the comedy mothership.
Exactly. But then I was like, yeah, we ended up doing some cool stuff. Like I was like, we went to Barton Springs. They're like, oh, that is pretty cool. And then I was like, oh, and then we went to the Mohawk to see Die Spitz, and they were like, okay,
all right,
now that is very cool.
You shut the fuck up.
So I think they are like local legends in the Austin scene, and it definitely seemed that way because I would say as many people that were there to see Rickshaw Billy at like their own festival,
Yeah.
as many people seemed to be there for Die Spitz.
Yeah, that's it. It was interesting. Like I had heard of Rickshaw Billy before. Like we had played a show with them like back in the day, but never Die Spitz. But it was like because we were there with someone that lived in Texas, and they were like so excited about Die Spitz. My brother-in-law.
Yeah. Okay.
and then when they played, it was just like, I mean, I just wasn't ready for it. Like it was sludgy, but also like kind of riot girl punkish. Also kind of goofy. Like they didn't take themselves too seriously. Like the bassist had that like giant Gene Simmons bass that was so like fuzzed out and distorted, but it was like so loud. But their set like sounded great, and it was fucking, I don't know.
And they put on an awesome show. Like the lead singer, like the mohawk is like built into the side of a wall, like a natural like, I don't know, like mountainside, basically.
Yeah.
And she was like climbing up it, and there was seating up there. I mean, it was fucking insane. So everything that they've put out since we've gone to see them, I listened to.
Yeah.
Because they had put out some singles leading up to this. So I was excited. And then not long after we saw them, they signed to Third Man Records.
Yeah.
Which was like, I mean, you know, the IQMB rub and the J Dub rub are pretty similar, I would say.
Pretty huge, both. And, you know, we've given some shit to J-Dub, but, you know, he knows ball. Like, he really does know ball.
Especially, like, I was thinking about that, too. Like, Third Man Records has done a pretty good job of putting on cool new bands. Like, they don't put on a ton, but it's like Hotline TNT, Snooper, Die Spitz.
Like, I would not expect that from Jack White, of all people.
I thought it would be another 40-year-old guy that he toured with that wears, like, a fedora.
Yeah.
He's like, no one cared about him.
Yeah. Now I'm making him famous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I thought it would be the same thing. Like, just, like, like, bands that sound like AC/DC and then bands that sound like the White Stripes. But, like, he's obviously tuned in because those are three, like, huge, like, very cool bands that he signed. But yeah, I started listening to Die Spitz also after we saw them live. I remember seeing the song "My Hot Piss" get performed, and I was like, "Wow, that was good." Even though it's called "My Hot Piss."
Yeah, and they even sold a shirt.
Yeah,
that says "I love my hot piss."
Yeah, there was a couple people wearing it. By the way, if you live in Austin, I don't know how the fuck you go to those shows like in a hoodie and jeans. Like there were people walking around completely fine, black hoodie, black jeans. Like nothing was happening. I was dying.
Yeah, in like shorts and like a cut-off T-shirt.
It was horrible.
And then like everybody was stage diving.
Yeah, no, I mean it was.
My favorite part was there was a part in the Die Spitz concert where a guy had stage dived so much that he was so tired that he just like sat on the stage during their show, and eventually like a crew member was like, "What are you doing? Get the fuck off the stage!"
Yeah, I think like the band was looking at him like, what is going on? He was like hiding behind an amp. Yeah. And then like they got up and someone just pushed him off the stage, I think. Yeah, that was hilarious. But then there was also, they played the song I Hate When Girls Die. That's like another, like, that was like one of their heaviest songs they played. And then the single that they put out for this record called Throw Yourself to the Sword reminded me a lot of I Hate When Girls Die. It's like very Sabbathy, like, I Hate When Girls Die is like a slower, sludgier song. Throw Yourself to the Sword kind of reminds me of like Children of the Grave a little bit.
Yeah, it's like proto thrash.
Yeah,
like it doesn't have like the speed of a thrash song, but it has that like gallop to it.
Yeah, and there's a couple songs off this record that do that. Like you kind of want to paint them for how they sound and how their vocals are, which is like that very gruff, punky vocal that kind of reminds you of like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say like Black Flag or anything, but it has that like 80s punk vibe. Almost like maybe more like Hole or something.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like big time, like so much of this record is like Courtney Love on Violet.
Yeah.
You know, just like screaming her lungs out. And I think you kind of hit it with like the Riot Girl influence.
Yeah.
Like some of that Bikini Kill type like shouty vocal.
It's not exactly like Amel and the Sniffers, like how they do it, and like a lot of bands do that kind of like sassy, shrieky vocal now. But yeah, theirs is more like gruff and angry, and like some of the melodies remind me of bands like Fugazi or Hole or something like that. You would kind of paint them as like, you know, oh, they're going to be like this Riot Girl band, but they have like, there's a ton of different vibes on this record, which I really like. Like there's the sludgy stuff. There's some shoegazier stuff with like the pop punk. The song is called Pop Punk Anthem. Sorry for the delay. And Punishers. Like Punishers almost has that like Deftones, the Deftones-ism. That
Dude,
a
I
lot
was
of
gonna
people-
say, similar. The closer, A Strange Moon, also has like those Stephen Carpenter type chords.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the mix too. Like it's not like completely flat, no reverb. The way you might think of like that punkier, like the shit like Gel or Scowl or something like that. Like there's a lot of reverb on her voice, which gives it kind of, when they go into those shoegazier, more down tempo moments, like it fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There's like a good bit of vibes. I would put their sound like somewhere between punk and metal and shoegaze.
Yeah.
Like it, and like the approximation almost comes out to just like hard rock.
Yeah, that's exactly
know?
what I was going to say. Like, it's not. It's something that you like want to overanalyze, but at the end of the day, it's like it's loud guitar music with shouting, angry vocals. It's just like it's rock music. Like it's at its purest form, I think. And some of these songs, I mean, they know how to write a hook and they know how to write stuff that is for like hardcore fans of sludge. Like Throw Yourself to the Sword. If you're a sludge metal fan, you're gonna like that song. But if you like, I don't know. Like American Porn is such a like great throwback to like 90s grunge as well.
Yeah.
Like Nirvana and Hole, like I said before.
Big time. Yeah, like the heavier versions of those bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I like her vocal a lot. Like I think a lot of bands are kind of doing that tongue-in-cheek type shouty vocal, like you said, like the Amble and the Snippers, but hers is like more confrontational.
Yes.
And it comes up in the lyrics too, like American Porn and like Riding with My Girls, which is like probably the like most like just straightforward ripper of a song.
I would think so too.
Like yeah, I like the attitude of the band a lot.
Yeah, they do have a ton of attitude, and like her, like you said, like her vocals really show like what they're all about. Like on American Porn is like one of my favorite vocal deliveries on the entire record, but Red 40 as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like she's like shredding her throat
Yeah.
on the end of that song, just screaming her head off. But then she can sing very like, you know, lightly and kind of like sweetly on Go Get Dressed and Punishers. Like it doesn't sound, I don't know, it doesn't sound like unlike a shoegaze band.
Yeah, but there's like still a like a quality to it that it doesn't like completely give over to like the sweet feminine vocal that you're used to. Like there's still kind of like a mid-ranginess to it.
It's not like anyone's trying to be Julian Baker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where like sometimes that can happen with certain rock bands that I'll listen to. Like
happen.
that, like they'll have a singer that just has like a little too sweet of a voice. Like your voice is a little too good.
Yeah, for like whatever band they're in, they're just like it just feels like it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Like she can at least go like one way, like completely fucking out of this world gruff, or nice and just like kind of in the middle and just sing a song.
Yeah. They remind me a good bit of like Mannequin Pussy, I would say.
Yeah, I would say that's like a good contemporary band.
I would say Mannequin Pussy is probably a little more indie.
Yeah.
And whereas like Die Spitz is like more rock and roll.
They're more rock and roll, a little bit more metal. A little more sludgy.
They seem more like a band that would like crush PBR pounders.
Yeah, they're a little bit intimidating.
Yeah,
they're scary.
Yeah, they would definitely kick this podcast ass.
Oh yeah, dude. If they were on this podcast, I think we would not do it anymore.
We'd have to change the name from Two Cool Guys
we'd actually never did
Two
this.
Giant Pussies. When we had Die Spitz on is what the podcast became.
Two huge pussies who denied ever doing this.
Nah,
we actually never did that.
Podcast? Nah, dude.
Nah.
Nah, I deleted that. That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that was something we did for like a while ago. Like that was 2 weeks ago. That was a while back, actually.
Yeah, after you guys went viral for getting beat up by a girl
Die
band.
Spitz calling you guys pussies for an hour. And then one of you crying. You, Nate. Me crying.
Yeah, and like they're opening for Viagra Boys, which I think makes sense.
Yeah, I just saw a video of them like on stage with Viagra Boys, which sounded very cool and looked very cool.
Yeah, I think like a similar. They don't quite have like the tongue-in-cheek some of their stuff is tongue in cheek, but I don't think it's like quite like the Viagra Boys.
No.
But similar, like don't take themselves too seriously, but write heavy, cool songs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good fit, but yeah, it's not as dance punky or anything as Viagra Boys. But yeah, I mean, if I had to say anything negative about this record, I would say that, I mean, like I said before, there's a lot of different vibes on it. I think some of the time you can kind of get tripped up a little bit by what they're bringing on certain songs and what formulas you're bringing on certain songs. Like, I think they do those, like, grunge 90s rockers really well. Like American Porn, Voir Dire, or Voir Dire, however you want to fucking say it. Red 40, like I think, and then like they do sludge really well, like Riding with My Girls, Throw Yourself to the Sword, and then Punishers and Pop Punk Anthem have that like Deftones quality, but there's a few like so ones. Like I wasn't that into Sound to No One. It was just kind of a confusing riff that like didn't really make sense for the whole song. Down on It was kind of the same.
I felt Down on It was definitely like if I had to pick a dud,
yeah,
it would be Down on It. Like it's a good riff, it sounds cool,
yeah.
But I would say that sometimes the change up in vibes can start to feel like a lack of consistency a little bit, and I think they're good at writing like cool riffs and cool parts of songs, but there's not as many like tunes on the record as I was kind of hoping for. Like I would say like American Porn is like probably the best tune.
I think so too, yeah.
And I agree. I think like when they're in that more like grungy, almost Fugazi type of heavy punk, that's my favorite stuff that they do. But the sludge stuff is pretty good too.
I just like that they have the sludge stuff in their back pocket. Like, I think it's cool that they can pull that out whenever they want and kind of flex on a band that, I don't know, like they come from Austin. So like, you know, maybe The Sword is an influence on them, because I feel like The Sword is an influence on a lot of Austin bands.
Oh yeah. I mean,
like,
look at Rickshaw.
Yeah, dude. I mean, amazing. I just found out I'm going to miss that Sword Rickshaw Billy show, and I'm very pissed about it.
What's the date on that?
October 18th. I'm going to be away. I got tickets already, and I forgot, dude. So mad. But anyway, yeah, I like that they could just pull that out of their back pocket and flex on, like, any other, like, punk band. Like, there's no other punk band that's going to do sludge and, like, metal as well as Die Spitz. Like, I feel like they have the attitude and the anger and, like, the influence behind them. Like, they seem to be more inspired by Black Sabbath than they do Hole.
Yeah, it's and probably like I would say like as much.
Probably maybe as much is a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, like the interesting comparison, like thinking of somebody like Mannequin Pussy who probably leans so heavily on indie punk.
Yeah.
Whereas there is like this like layer of either classic rock, classic metal, or like Melvins that you wouldn't be getting from your typical like indie rock band.
Melvins is another good band to compare them to. Yeah, I mean, it just feels like at any moment in this record, like you're gonna get punched in the face with a fist that is wearing like spiked brass knuckles.
Yeah,
you know,
and her voice like is perfect for that when she does that. Like, gotta roll.
Yeah, like it's. I mean, it sounds more badass than anything I could come out of my face. Yeah. Should we move into CAs?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give this one. I'm just going to start out with a score.
Whoa! All right.
I've said my piece. I'm going to give it a 7-8. I like this record a lot, and I think the most exciting and cool thing about it for me is that it seems like Die Spitz is a band that have a lot more to offer, and like, this is a great debut. They've had other releases before, but I think this is their first like studio album.
Yeah.
But it just feels like it's like the classic debut album of a band where they kind of they haven't really decided what they want to do yet. But there's more consistency than just it feeling like just a hodgepodge, like mixed bag mess. But it feels like they're onto something a little bit more creative than just like your average punk band. And I think that they are very good songwriters as well. And then, like I said, they have something a little bit more than just punk and grunge like nostalgia behind them. Like they're sludgier. You're probably going to see them come up more on being put on shows with bigger bands. Like I feel like they just are kind of just getting started, and then being on Third Man too is like a huge thing. So I'm just it just made me feel excited for what they're gonna do. It wasn't like a perfect record, but I enjoyed it much more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, I agree mostly with what you're saying, and I'm going to save my score for the end because that's how we do it.
Yeah, I don't know why I just got ahead of
breached
myself.
protocol.
Well, we're changing up the
We
vibe.
are, yeah, dude.
I'm just gonna see how things work.
Two CDs, dude. Yeah, I agree. I think it's like a strong debut, and like they're establishing a sound that I don't think anybody quite has like pinned down yet. Like, there's bands that are going to be punkier than them. There are bands that are going to be heavier than them. There are bands that might be able to write a better pop song than them. But like they're bridging like three kind of like sonic grounds that I don't know really anybody else has like that real estate claimed, which I think is interesting. And I think that is like the best thing that you could ask for in a debut.
Yeah.
Is like to carve out a sound that you're like, okay, this is something different. Where's this going to go?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that for me, listening to it is a bit of a mixed bag, you know, just because you do get some pretty drastic change in vibes. There's nothing that sticks out like a sore thumb, but it did lead me to just enjoying certain aspects of the record a lot more than other aspects of the record. Yeah. And it could kind of feel like I was ping-ponging between vibes quite a bit. I do think that some of the songs don't have like the strongest hooks, in my opinion. Like, and I don't know if it's just because what we were listening to at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a little like it could be.
Yeah.
But there were definitely there were songs that I could remember very easily, and then other ones where I was like, oh yeah, this one.
Yeah,
you know?
I can agree with that.
Where like it would have a cool riff, it would have a cool vibe, but like the melody wouldn't really stick with me. And I think that maybe that is like part of the expectation too, because like if it was just a shouty band,
yeah,
I wouldn't have that expectation as much. But when you are kind of employing the two different vocals, sometimes it's like I'm waiting for, okay, you're gonna yell at me here and then supply me with the hook later.
Yeah.
But overall, I do think it's a really strong debut. I would say that like I not a perfect record, but one I'm gonna come back to, and I think that like it's exciting that they're that we have this band now.
Yeah,
I think that their best records are still yet to come.
Yeah,
because like
sure.
the fact that they are trying this much, trying out this many different sounds and types of riffs and stuff, I feel like they're going to eventually land on something that you're like, oh, okay, they really found their songwriting like formula.
Yeah, I feel like they could have like that masterpiece record.
Yes,
at a certain point in like 3 to 5 years.
Yes, it feels like they're juggling so many different pieces of songwriting that once they find a way to like really synthesize all the different elements, you're gonna be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't think that we're there yet, but this is definitely like a really cool rock record worth your time. I'm gonna go 7.3.
7.3. 7.5.
It's a 7.5.
It's a 7.5. That's a we don't do this podcast anymore. Hell yeah.
This is end of the podcast.
This is end of
Hell
podcast. Yeah. Hell yeah.
The last IQMB.
A podcast ending. Hell yeah. Because of our embarrassment of doing it if they ever were guests on the show.
They sat down on this show and just made us look like total bitches.
Why do you guys do this?
Well, you know, we quit our band.
What's the
Why would you do that? Did your band suck? Cut. Can we cut?
Can we cut? We're just going to nobody. There's no, cut it.
The wall that I walked to turn it off. I'm just hoping that someone else will do it.
Yeah, no, I really did like this. But yeah, I do agree that like there are songs on here that you're gonna remember the hook more than others for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still, like you said, it's exciting to have this band, and you don't get that moment very often where it's like you discover a new band and you're just like, wow, I'm just like happy that this exists and is like popular and is a thing. That doesn't happen that often. It's happened a couple times, maybe once or twice this year with me, like with Yahweh Nail Gun.
Yeah, it's
And
nice
I'm
to
not
have a
sure who
band
else.
in like the rock space that doesn't have like a 1-to-1 comparison.
Yeah,
You know, there's so many bands that I like that I'm
You're
like,
like-
and they're almost exactly like, this band.
yeah.
And like Die Spitz, I don't really think
Yeah.
you can say that.
No,
Like,
you can't say that at all. I don't know who to compare them to right now, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, like there's like a little Military Gun. There's like a little
Oh yeah,
Mannequin Pussy. There's like a little bit of like that Snooper Gel Scowl type thing.
yeah, but they're not doing the gel hardcore thing in this typical way that everyone does.
Exactly. And they're
like,
not doing the like Military Gun like throwback punk
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah, it's like there's elements of all of it, but you can't really
Yeah.
like say they're exactly doing this.
I got really sick of like the gel thing, like very fast. Like
Yeah.
it was cool, and then I just felt like I was seeing a band a week that was like that hardcore punk vibe, and I'm just like, okay, how many of these do I have to really care about?
Well, and then you realized how many of them there were.
There's just
you know?
so many,
And
yeah.
I really think it was the Taco Bell commercial.
it
if we're being-
may have been the Taco Bell.
Once you got chalupa status that early. I
You
mean,
can't just be. I mean, that's like a barn burner. Yeah. Like you're already in a Taco Bell commercial. Slow your roll.
you have to relax.
Come on, dude. Relaxed. Yeah, it's a 7.5. Something to consume. Die Spitz. A podcast ending. Hell yeah. Who knows how many more episodes we have after this. After reviewing this, I mean, JJ's not even here to know about this.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to send. He's just gonna show up next Tuesday. We're like, oh, dude, we don't do that.
We
anymore.
actually don't even show up here anymore. Don't even talk about it.
Didn't you watch the episode?
Don't ever talk about it again. Yeah. What did you think of the record? Have you listened to it yet? It's Die Spitz's something to consume. Leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for clips and skits. And subscribe to our Patreon page. There's been 3 new bonus episodes for the past 3 weeks. We've been doing one a week,
We're on a new shit,
which
dude.
I'm
We're on
like
some new
very
shit.
proud of.
Oh yeah,
Like that's huge. We used to be like, I don't even know when we're gonna do this. Now we figured it out.
it's a real Patreon. You're getting bonus episodes nearly every
You're
week.
actually getting bonus episodes.
Not a quarterly.
Not a quarterly, maybe quarterly thing. So yeah, you're gonna want to subscribe to the Patreon. You're actually gonna get stuff, and then you can buy one of these shirts in the description below. Let us know what you thought of the record in the comments. We're curious. We want to fight. I will argue with you in the comments.
Oh, he will.
I definitely will. I've done it before. I do it all the time. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. It's like with my band. Goodbye.